What do you think is the contribution of film festivals and award schemes in the growth of the film industry?
The average Ghanaian would say awards don't put food on the table. Awards don't put money on the table. But at the end of the day, everyone wants to be appreciated for their work. An award you win today could be your calling card for your next gig. It could be your leverage material for your next big project. So it's very necessary that awards in general are taken seriously. Although, as compared to the rest of the world, we don't have that many film awards in the country. I believe as time goes on, once the industry begins to understand its power and the effect of these awards, we would have schemes that are true to the arts and true to the business of filmmaking. This would allow people to be more creative, more daring, most importantly, more artistic when it comes to storytelling. I believe also that for a very long time, our industry has not been familiar with what film festivals are and the importance they play on films. For all around the world, almost every country has several film festivals that more or less groom young talents to becoming bigger or better filmmakers. The idea of a festival is to more or less exchange or have ideas go around. You could have you could attend a film festival and leave with your next gig. But our film space over here is still getting used to that point where we would have an understanding of how important film festivals are. Because if you're a young filmmaker and you have your film screened in a film festival, you have experts coming to the film festival who are going to give you first-hand feedback on your work, which better puts you in the position to more or less be more creative in your next project. At the end of the day, that film going through that festival circuit might not generate money for you, but it opens you up to people of different cultures, people of different backgrounds, and their feedback shapes you in your storytelling. It makes you know that you don't have one distinct audience, you have to cater to a wider audience. I think as time goes on, more of our filmmakers will begin to understand the need for these awards and these film festivals, although they do not directly put money in the pocket. But with their long-term effects, with the long-term benefits, we are making headway to better position ourselves as an industry that understands the art of filmmaking and the business of filmmaking as well. Because you could have an idea but not have the money to fund it. You could experiment with a short film, have it shown at a festival, and that's where your investor might be. That's where your investor might see the film, understand and believe in the dream or direction of that film, and better position you into making a feature length that would sell. So it's about time we take all these aspects of filmmaking or the industry seriously. Festivals and awards. Eventually we get there. It's a steady, slow race, but we get there. As compared to the rest of the world, we are lagging behind, but eventually I think we're on the path of getting things done right.
I think for Ghana or like just smaller countries that aren't really relevantly known for film festivals are very important because you can introduce your language. You can introduce your people. You can introduce your culture that way. I feel like Ghanaian community doesn't really utilize film festivals a lot. And I feel like that's a huge mistake because there's a lot of global film festivals that are looking for African content. And I feel like if they're able to tap into some of the work that we're doing, it's just the easier way to be out there in the market. So the market is usually relevant to the people that own a lot of like the big stars and the big studios, but the market is also always looking for a new interesting voice. And I feel like that is the place where Ghana cinema can be. It can be that new interesting voice, even though we might not have the superstars, we might not have the big production budget, but we could be like that interesting story that changes kind of the narrative of Africa, and that could really bring a lot of attention. So I think more filmmakers need to consider film festivals outside of Africa a little bit more, and yeah, and not even going for their awards, just going for the experience and watching other films globally and learning from that. So, yeah.
Award schemes and film festivals are actually, the role is to enlighten filmmakers and also, in a way, put a spotlight on certain productions that have huge potentials. So, for instance, let's use Black Star International Film Festival, because that is the only festival that I can really talk about in Ghana, because it's about a whole week packed activities. So with the film festivals, there needs to be workshops. These workshops are supposed to teach newcomers the do's and the don'ts, and also to show people the new trends in the industry. There is also another section in film festivals that actually opens up the imaginations of creatives. We have creatives who only know what they know. And without going into such spaces, you wouldn't know what it is happening. So there is something called work in progress. So directors and influential people in the industry come around, show you what they are doing and how they were able to achieve certain results. But your YouTube tutorials won't teach you that. There are a lot of master tips that are hidden from some of these uploaded videos. No matter what you do, you won't get it. But these are the places that the big bosses, those who understand the industry, come around to throw some secrets in there for you to know exactly how certain things are done. And the award schemes, the award scheme itself, I see it to be, award scheme is a very funny thing to me. It's a very funny thing to me because then it feels like if you win, you are better off everybody. If you lose, then you are a loser. Then it means that your product is not good enough. Yes, we have things which are not good enough, and filmmaking is not a field for weakness. You can't be weak in terms of your emotions. It's not about our emotions. But then sometimes the only tricky part is my subject, what I'm trying to send across won't be the same as what you're trying to send across. So if the element is not based on storytelling, the strength in your storytelling and your technical side of things, then it becomes a bit destructive. But I think the award scheme also help people to boosts people to produce better quality. So I think film festivals and award schemes are very good and healthy for the industry. Just that it has to be in the right hands.
For me, it's very important because since we started film, we didn't have the market for film. We don't know how to market our film. And obviously, we started with short films. How do you sell a short film? How do you market a short film? And how do you make money from a short film? How do you get opportunities from a short film? So you can sell it, you can put it on CD, and eventually you can even premiere a short film for anybody to come and watch and pay money for it. It's just about 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and stuff like that. So for me, the way to go, was film festivals. And we had the opportunity to enter a film festival. Burkina Faso, in Ghana here, we went to Luxor, in Egypt, and in quite a number of countries as well. In recent times, even Azali going to Montreal, now is in Madrid, and a lot of countries, that we've had the opportunity to see our film screened there. For me, it's very important in many ways. I'll give you 3 reasons why. First and foremost, it exposes you to the world of filmmaking and other filmmakers, giving you the opportunity to have forums, have interaction, know what inspires people, know the challenges of people. When you attend such forums, you hear a lot of interesting stories about filmmakers who are struggling and how they are able to break through. It also exposes you to the film market, because there are a lot of distributors who are coming to film festivals to see good films, to contract them for distribution purposes and all that. So it gives you that privilege and opportunity too. And again, lastly, you can make some money if your film wins. In recent time, we were at a FYB in Nigeria, and Azali, a project that I'm associated with, won. And that was about 1 million naira. That's good. That's money. It defrays the cost of production, however. And I know some film festivals like FESPACO give as much as 200,000 cedis or even more. And for me, look at your budget of the film. If it's 60,000, you win 200,000 in a film festival. You've made a lot of gain and a lot of profit. So these are the things that film festivals give us opportunity to have.